Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. We're excited to have you. We're going to give just one more minute so other people can join if they are running a little bit late, but we'll start pretty soon. Do we have anyone waiting to be admitted, John?
Oh, everyone is
here?
So far is here, yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. Thank you all again. This is the RTD LiVE webinar. Just for David and Sotana, all of the participants are tag recipients, so we're really happy to have you. The purpose of this webinar is to provide you with more tools and information so you can share it with the clients that are receiving the passes, the RTD passes from the tag program, so you can support them better and guide them with more information. So today we have team members from Denver Human Services. They are our partners and they are the ones who process all the applications and review eligibility and approve applications. So they're here to support us and provide specific information about the application, tips and tricks, and how, if you are planning to help participants apply for the program while you are helping them in your organization, then the information that they're going to share is very helpful. So we have Sotana Keth. He is the outreach case coordinator at Denver Human Services. And also joining us, David Taylor. He is the eligibility technician too from Denver Human Services. And we also have from RTD's team, John Lopez. He is the special discount administrator and the web guru who is managing all the technical pieces of this webinar. And again, we've met before. My name is Alexandra Nira, and I'm the supervisor of the special discount programs here at RTD. So next slide, please, John. As always, some housekeeping items. Please mute your mics throughout the presentation. And we are going to ask you to put all the questions in the chat. We are going to pause along the webinar to answer questions. And then if we have time at the end, we will open up for live questions. Next slide, please. So we wanted to start with a brief summary of the discount that RTD offers to individuals, just because we thought it was good to give high-level perspective of where the LiVE income-based discount program falls into. So we have within the special discount programs, we have the zero fare for youth, youth 19 and under, right at no cost on all RTD services. And that's a permanent program throughout this year and hopefully next year. We also have the senior special discount, where seniors 65 and older get 50% discount on all regular bus and train services. We also have a discount for individuals with disabilities. Again, 50% discount on all regular bus and train services. What's important with this one to take into account is that this discount doesn't include Access-a-Ride. And we'll talk more about how LiVE applies to different services, including Access-a-Ride. And then within the special discount programs, we have the LiVE income-based discount program, which also offers a 50% discount for individuals who are enrolled or qualified in the program. And also important to note, all discount products include travel to and from the Denver International Airport. Next slide, please. So the LiVE program, we're gonna just talk briefly about where it came and when it was launched. The LiVE program was launched in July 2019. As a result of a a study, a fare study that was done between 2017 and 2018. And the LiVE program was designed to make transit more affordable for individuals with household incomes at or below 250% of the federal poverty level. On the right-hand side, we can see what that 250% of the federal poverty level will be, depending on the household size. These parameters will change as of April 1st. So we will have this information on our website available for you if needed. So the LiVE discount is valid on fixed routes, the airport, as mentioned before, Flex Ride, Access-a-Ride, and as of January 1st, is also valid on Access on Demand. And we're going to talk a little bit about Access-a-Ride and Access on Demand in the next few slides. What's important to highlight regarding Access-a-Ride and LiVE, Access-a-Ride is one of the services that RTD provides. It's a paratransit service. And LiVE is the discount program that can be used when paying for Access-a-Ride fares. Those two applications are separate. So if you have an individual who qualifies for Access-a-Ride, they need to go through the application process for that specific program. But if also that same individual qualifies for the LiVE income-based discount, they have to apply for LiVE through PEAK, which is the state benefits website. So those two separate applications, just because they have different eligibility requirements. So in case if for any reason you find an individual or you work with an individual who qualifies for Access-a-Ride and LiVE, they need to apply separately for each program. If you need specific information or to go back and review the information that we're gonna share with you today about LiVE, you can go to www.rtd-denver.com/LiVE, LIVE. Next slide, please, John. So the LiVE program eligibility, LiVE is for individuals 20 years and older. The reason why there's an age requirement is because we have the Zero Fare for Youth, which gives rides for free for individuals 19 and under. Again, individuals have to be at or below 250% of the federal poverty level. And one requirement that is really important is that customers have to submit a recent selfie-like photo because that photo is used on the discount ID card. We're going to review about this ID card in other slides. But every time a customer that has a discount is if they're gonna buy tickets, RTD tickets, they need to show the ID card. So, we make sure that the right person, that the person who is actually eligible for the discount is buying the tickets. The LiVE program is open to all in and out of the RTD district. And something that we also like to highlight is that citizenship and social security numbers are not required. Nevertheless, if the individual who you are helping has a social security number, it's important that you add that number or they add that number to the application, because then with that identifier, the PEAK system will be able to categorically approve them. Because if they have applied to other resources from the state, then the system automatically identifies them and categorically approve their LiVE income-based discount. Next slide, please, John. We just wanted to show you how the discount will look like. Again, the LiVE discount and all of the other discounts that we discussed at the beginning, they offer a 50% discount on all fares. So if an individual wants to buy a 3-hour pass, the regular price is $275. With the LiVE discount, the price will be $135. If they buy a day pass, it'll be $550. With the discount, will be $250. There's no discount information on the airport day pass because that is included in all discounted fares. And the best option, because it has the greatest discount, is the monthly pass, because the standard price for the monthly pass is $88, and with the LiVE discount is $27. So the discount percentage is even higher when individuals are able to buy monthly passes. And of course, there's the capping system. If, for example, someone buys a 3-hour pass and then another pass, later on during the day, and then another one for some reason, then the charges will cap at $550, which is the day pass. Same thing with the monthly pass. If individuals are buying passes with the discount and, they reach $27 in passes within a month, then if they buy more passes, they won't be charged any additional fares above $27, which is the monthly pass, the discounted monthly pass. Next slide, please. And then Access-a-Ride fares. Access-a-Ride is RTD's ADA complimentary paratransit service. It is a share ride service intended for those individuals who cannot use regular fixed route bus light rail services due to a disability. Again, if the individual also qualifies for LiVE, they will be able to apply that discount on Access-a-Ride fares. This application is separate, and it needs to go through the paratransit office to determine, eligibility. If you need more information about the Access-a-Ride program, how to apply, where to find the application form, you can visit their website. It's a long one. It's https or www.rtd-denver.com/routes-services/other-services/access-a-ride. Next slide, please, John. And as of January 1st, Access-a-Ride started having fare per trip. Access on Demand. Access on Demand is part of the Access-a-Ride program, so it's under Access-a-Ride program. Individuals who qualify for Access-a-Ride can also request Access on Demand services, but they have to fill out a form in order to be able to use those services. So Access on Demand is an optional subsidized or partially subsidized curb-to-curb service using taxi and rideshare providers. And again, individuals with current certification for Access-a-Ride are eligible to use this service. So as of January 1st, the subsidy amount per trip changed from 25 to 20, and then individuals are responsible for $450 per trip. If the individual is eligible for the LiVE discount program, then that fare per trip would be $225 instead of $450. And if you or anyone who you're helping needs more information about Access on Demand, they can go to www.rtd-denver.com/other-services-access-a-ride /access-on-demand. And we can share those links on the chat. Next slide, please, John. And then here, I'm going to pass it on to Satana. So he's going to take you through the application options. This is specific for the LiVE income-based discount. This is what we are asking you as grant recipients to just, provide information about this program to those individuals who are receiving tickets related to the TAG program. So take it along, Satana.
Cool. Hey there. Good morning, everyone. My name is Satana. I work here at Denver Human Services, again, as an outreach case coordinator. And like Alex said, Today, hopefully I can help educate you guys in regards to how to apply either for yourself or for clients. But yeah, so there are a couple of ways to go about applying for the RTD Live benefit. One of the main ways to go about it is through the Colorado Peak website. It would be an online application. You could go through it by going to www.colorado.gov/peak. Another way to go about it is if you just go to google.com, type in Colorado, CO space peak, PEAK, hit search. It'll be that first link for you. We also do phone applications here at Denver Human Services. And as you can see, our phone number is listed 720-944-4346. For those of you who do work with Denver Human Services quite often, maybe that phone number is a number you don't recognize. Just as a heads up, the phone number ending in 4346 is the RTD Live number, the direct number here at Denver Human Services. So feel free to take it down if you don't want to call the 4347 number, which most people are familiar with. You can also send us an email at dhs_rtd_live@denvergov.org. Again, that is our DHS RTD Live email. If you send us an email, just give us a phone number, a time that's best to call you, and we can always schedule up an appointment to give you a call to set up that phone application. We also do in-person applications here at Denver Human Services. RTD also do in-person phone applications too. So depending on, if it's easier for you to get to the Castro office, 1200 Federal, or if it's easier for you to get down to 1660 Blake Street, that's the RTD office near Union Station. Clients are more than welcome to come on down, and again, we can do that in-person application. Or if you guys have any sort of big events where you have multiple people who need help applying for the RTD Live benefit, you're definitely more than welcome to, again, give us a call. Denver Human Services phone number, the 4346 number, or RTD, the phone number there listed as 303-299-2382. Again, feel free to give us a call, send us an email, and we can always schedule an event if needed. We also do have organizational assistance. As you can see, we have a couple listed here for the Denver area. We have St. Francis, the Denver Public Library. We also work with the parole offices. We have a few neighborhood resources sites that we work with, and so on. Unfortunately, at this time, we do not have any sort of paper applications. Keep in mind, one of the verifications needed, again, is that selfie-like photo so that we could finish processing that application and hopefully get each client approved. So because of that selfie-like photo, again, unfortunately, we do not have any sort of paper applications at this time. Next slide, please. And then the next step, the next couple of slides is just an introduction in regards to that Colorado Peak website for those who are not familiar with it. There are a couple steps, in regards to, again, getting approved, hopefully for that benefit. That first step would be to visit that Colorado Peak website. And once you're on that Colorado Peak website, you can either apply as a guest or you can apply logged in if a person already has an account. Doesn't really make a difference in regards to if a person signs in with their account or if they apply as a guest. Here at Denver Human Services, we actually recommend applying as a guest because if a client does have any sort of questions during the application process, it's easier for us here at Denver Human Services to walk the client over the phone, go through that process. Just keep in mind that there is the client side for the Colorado Peak website and then the processing side. So as someone who works at Denver Human Services, unfortunately, I don't have access to that client side. So if a client is logged into the account, their account, again, it is a little bit harder to navigate that website over the phone just because I can't really see what the clients are seeing. But if they do apply as a guest and they give us a call, I can see, I can apply as a guest kind of on the other end and walk them through that process a little bit easier. Again, like Alex said, if you do have a social security number, it definitely helps that application process. It can help expedite it because again, if a client is approved in any sort of these benefits that are listed, Medicaid, SNAP, Colorado Works, Adult Financial, LEAP, and so on, there's a possibility where these clients can be automatically approved if all the information matches up with their Colorado Peak account. Again, when a client does apply for the benefit, one of the needed verifications, to get approved for the benefit is that they do need to upload that selfie-like photo, again, so that if they are approved, we can issue out that RTD Live card. And then once we get a client approved, it usually takes about 14 business days for RTD to get the client their card. Just keep in mind, there are a few organizations involved, so it does take a little bit of time. Once again, I work for Denver Human Services. We process the application, we send it over to RTD, and then RTD prints and mails out that card using USPS. Next slide, please. And this is what the Colorado Peak website looks like. This is the landing page, the home page. Again, you could just go to colorado.gov/peak, or just go to google.com, type in Colorado Peak and hit search. And once you do, this is that home page that'll get you to. Next slide, please. Oh, actually, could you go back for a second, John? Just as a heads up, once you're on this Colorado Peak website, again, you could either apply as a guest or sign into your account. If you do have an account, you can sign in by going into the top right-hand side where it says sign in. You'll click on that, and then it'll ask you to put in your information. For this process, we're going to apply as a guest just because, again, it's a little bit easier. So in this instance, what you want to do is in the bottom left-hand side, you can see that blue button that says apply for benefits. What you're going to do is click on that button. And once you click on that button, it's going to bring you to that next page. Okay, next page, John. Thank you. Once you click on that page, it's going to bring you to the apply for benefits page. Again, just kind of confirming whether you want to create a Peak account, apply as a guest, or sign in. Again, we're going to apply as a guest. So what you want to do is just click on that white button with that blue letter that says apply as a guest. Next slide. And then for this instance, we know what benefit we already want to apply for. It's specifically just going to be for the RTD Live benefit. So for this example, what you want to do next is, since we already know what benefits we want to apply for, is click on the button that says, I know what benefits I want to apply for. So basically, what you want to do is just click on that picture with the house and the thermostat. And once you click on that, it'll bring you to that next page. Next slide, please. And once you do, it's going to bring you to the next page where you can select any sort of benefits that the Colorado Peak website has access to. So again, it'll be food, cash, medical, and so on. But for RTD, what you want to do is scroll about halfway down that page. And once you scroll about halfway down that page, you're going to see this picture of the bus that says transit right next to it. And all you have to do is check mark that box that says RTD Live. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and we get a few calls every single day where clients are like, hey, I'm trying to apply for the RTD Live benefit. For some reason, I'm on that Colorado Peak website, but it's linking me back to the RTD website. Like, what's going on? So what usually happens is clients will, again, go to that Colorado Peak website. They'll go through that process where we're at right now. They'll check mark this box, and nothing happens. So what they usually do next is they'll click this link that says RTD Live information page. That's right under that check mark box. But what happens is if you check mark that box and you click on that link, what'll happen is it'll bring you to the RTD Live website. So next slide, please. So a lot of the times we'll get phone calls or emails every single day just from clients being like, hey, again, I'm tech savvy. I know what's going on using a computer, but it's just linking me back to this RTD website. Like, what is going on? So next slide, please. So what usually happens is, again, all you have to do is just check mark that box. And if you scroll up a little bit or scroll down a little bit, in the top right-hand side, a button will pop up that will say apply for benefits. So again, if you check mark that box and you don't really do anything, nothing's going to happen. So you do have to move that page up a little bit so that that button up top that says apply for benefits does finally pop up for you. And once it does pop up for you, just click on it and then it'll bring you to that next page. Next slide, please. And once you do, it's just going to bring you to that next page that kind of gives you a heads up of, how long this application process might take, what you might need, and so on. So just click next, and then next slide, please. Once you click on that next button, it'll bring you to the actual application process. This is the first page of the actual application. For those of you who help clients apply for food, cash, medical benefits, and any other benefit on that Colorado Peak website, just as a heads up, we do use the same application. So there are going to be some questions that may not apply to the client, or maybe the clients don't even understand what it means. If that's the case, feel free to just ignore it, because again, there are going to be some questions for the food assistance, medical assistance, and so on that don't really apply for RTD Live. So again, feel free to ignore it and just continue to click next. Here at Denver Human Services, we do verify almost everything. So if there's any sort of hesitation, just keep chugging along with the application. If we have any questions or concerns here at Denver Human Services, we'll always give you guys a call just to ask any sort of questions and confirm things. But again, this is the first page of the actual application. So just fill it out as best as you can. And then next slide, please. Again, just fill out the application as best as you can. This page right here, we're just gonna kind of skip ahead to the second to last page. And you're gonna ask, why the second to last page? This is one of the more important questions or pages that you have to fill out. This is where it comes down to submitting verification. Again, that specific selfie-like photo. Just keep in mind that for some of the other benefits out there, food, cash, medical, for example, they require an identification card to be submitted for their benefits. Again, for RTD Live, unfortunately, we can't accept any sort of those passport, driver's license, and so on, because here for RTD Live, we need a selfie-like photo so that we can issue you out another identification card so that when you hop on the bus or the train, you'll be able to show the identification card to the driver. And then again, they can make sure that you get that discount appropriately. So this is the second to last page, again, where you can submit any sort of verification in regards to that selfie-like photo and also your income. We unfortunately can't use any sort of black and white photos. No hats unless it's for religious reasons. If a person's wearing glasses, make sure there's no like crazy glare in the glasses. And we need people to wear shirts. There are a few other things that may or may not, allow the photo to be used. But again, if it is skeptical, here at Denver Human Services, we'll be able to give you guys a call. Give you guys a call, send you an email, send you a letter in the mail in case if a photo is not usable. And then you guys can always email us a photo or go to that Colorado Peak website and resubmit a photo. That next page will be where you just submit the actual application. So next slide, please. But that next page is where you'll want to submit your signature and just make sure everything is approved. And once it is approved, just make sure you keep track of that tracking number. But that's it from me. I think John is going to take it next. Thank you, John.
John, before you continue, thank you so much, Satana. That was really helpful. There were a couple of questions regarding the address that the application asks. And David added some information. There's an option to say that the individual who's applying doesn't have an address. And there's different options. They can come to our offices at Blake to pick up the card. We will let them know. And if they're working with a shelter or an organization, that they can add the address of that shelter or that organization so they can pick the ID card over there.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just go over the last few slides here. This slide is talking about the LiVE discount ID card itself. Like we mentioned before, it's really important that we get the photo because we're going to use that photo for the LiVE card from the application. Typically, the card will be received in the mail within 2 weeks. And like we mentioned, also they can pick up the card if they don't have a current address. One thing to note is that this card itself is just a proof of eligibility, so it's not used for fare payment. They'll have to still buy a ticket or a pass afterwards, and they will have to show this card every time when they're using their LiVE discount or any of the discount products. Okay, and this is the card. It'll have the expiration date. As you can see, it's valid for 1 year. So they will have to reapply each year, and they can resubmit as early as 90 days before that printed expiration date. It's important to note also that if it's lost or stolen, or if they didn't receive it for some reason in the mail, that they contact us, RTD, directly. It's a free replacement, but they don't have to go through the peak system. Please don't resubmit a new application. They can just reach out to us directly at 303-299-2382 or at the email livecard@rtd-denver.com. And we also have walk-in hours here at 1660 Blake. That's going to be Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I see a question in the chat actually about the lost cards. It says, how often may they receive another card if it's lost? Typically, we don't really keep count. So if they lose it like 2 or 3 times, we'll still replace it. If it keeps coming an issue, then we might look into that. But generally, we don't keep track of that. And they can just keep getting a replacement. Okay, and this slide is what and where to buy. So this is where they can purchase the LiVE Fair products. So we have the MyRide app where they can buy monthly 3-hour pass, Access-a-Ride LiVE tickets. They can use that stored value and fare capping on the MyRide app and on the MyRide card. We have 10 ride ticket books for the 3-hour pass, and those are available at King Super, Safeway, RTD sales outlets, and online. So they can order those online, and we will mail those out to them. And we have the paper monthly pass as well. And again, those are available at King Super, Safeway, RTD sales outlets, and online. And they can also pay cash. So that's something that before they couldn't do. A while back, they couldn't pay cash, but now they can pay cash fare on the bus, either for a day pass or a 3-hour pass. And then they can do cash on Access-a-Ride vehicles and the newly added tap and ride. So they can use the credit card or debit card to pay directly on the bus or at the train stations. And that is it for the presentation. We'll open it up for questions, or we can answer questions in the chat. Let me take a look at the questions here. Okay, Corinne, I'll go ahead and unmute or allow for you your mic, and you may just have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much for this information. I think it's important. When I logged into my email, I did see that I got an email from Tag RTD with a Word document attached at the bottom. When I click on that, it's all jumbled. And I'm wondering, it looks like it is supposed to be questions that we will be answering when we report for the grant. And I'm wondering if that can be resent out. Tag reporting grant questions.
Okay.
Maybe it's a
definitely.
drive document, it looks like.
Yeah, okay. I can look into that and we can send that out again.
Okay, thank you. And then I will look forward to getting my question answered about our friends who have immigration status and their concern I think it would be helpful for them and just comfortability with everything going on right now if we could provide them with some written confirmation that they can be safe accessing this form of transportation.
Okay. And Corey, maybe you could, what is your question about that? Is it for identification if they need to provide an ID or?
Yeah, so one of the barriers that I run into working with folks such as immigration status is, they're very afraid to um, access any type of services from Denver Human Services or say, for example, this RTD LiVE program. And one way that I could think that would be helpful for them just to have some form of comfortability is to show, like written confirmation from the RTD website that, look, we will, even with your picture, we will not run you. We will not turn your picture into ICE. We will not turn your picture into law enforcement. Just something that would solidify their comfortability a little more.
Well, our policies, follow all the, HIPAA requirements, same as, the PEAK website. And, there's a lot of information regarding, those policies on our website. We can definitely send you some if you want to share those policies
Okay.
with your applicants. We can look through the policies available to the public, so you can share that. But again, you can reaffirm them just because they don't need to enter any immigration status or social security number. If they feel more comfortable not adding their home address for the ID card, they can definitely, you can add the address of your organization, and they can come pick it up to you at your organization if that's something that will be helpful. Of course, that adds some administrative burden for your staff, but that's something that I've seen organizations do when there's that fear of sharing their home address. Same thing with the email. We see a lot of caseworkers adding their email addresses as the point of contact for the application. And there was a question about, like using false names. That's not acceptable. We don't encourage that, just because, people can reapply every year for the discount, and then it becomes difficult for us to keep track of profiles and, since when they have been receiving the discount and all of that. So we definitely don't encourage using false names on the application.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexandra. And then we have some other questions in the chat. How does an approved applicant purchase a monthly discount pass? I think I might have answered this. But yeah, you can purchase it at the retail sales outlets, online through the MyRide app. So there's a lot of different ways that they can purchase. If they use the stored value MyRide, they can automatically be upgraded via the fare capping. So they'll automatically, after a certain amount, they will get that monthly pass. And once they get their LiVE ID, they'll have an ID number on the LiVE card that they can add on to their MyRide account to make sure that discount is applied. And Julie, you had a question about about who benefits from this program. So typically, anyone who's lower income or no income, they can all benefit from this.
Yeah, and as mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, it's individuals have to be at or below 250% of the federal poverty levels.
I think that's all the questions in the chat, unless I missed one. If anyone has a question, feel free to raise your hand and we can allow for your mic. Okay, Michelle, I'll go ahead and allow for your mic. You just have to unmute yourself.
Okay, mine's not really related to the process you just went through, but I do have some 2025 tickets that I'm still giving out to people during outreach. Are they still valid? If you could just clarify that for me, please.
Yeah, of course. Those will be, yeah, those are still valid. 2024 actually, and 2025 tickets will be valid through the end of 2026, so they're still usable.
Very good. Thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
Of course, no problem.
And we encourage grant recipients to distribute all the tickets before the end of the year. So we have, the data to show the board members the impact of the program, and that, all tickets were distributed during the grant year. So we really appreciate you working on distributing those.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Any other questions before we end the webinar?
Maybe just a reminder to resend the email with the tag grantee questions, please and thank you.
Definitely.
We have that ready, and we will send it out today. We will send a PDF with the questions that you will see on the report, so it's easy for you to track. And again, it's very simple, just,
Yeah.
4 questions, I think. So, but yeah, you will receive it soon.
Okay, thank you so much. You all are wonderful.
Of course.
Oh,
Thank you for being here today.
Oh, Sylvia, I see your hand up, so I'll allow for your mic.
¿Me puedes escuchar? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I apologize. Maybe I missed this information, but I remember on the last webinar that somebody said something about the dates that were wrong because it was a Saturday. Have you made any changes about it? Any updates on that? I kind of remember there was an issue with the dates too.
Yeah, so it's the next report, or the first report is due on Friday, June 26th.
Okay.
And we will be sending reminder emails. So, you're aware, we will start sending reminder emails about 2.5, 3 weeks before the due date. So you have enough time to gather the information and submit the data before the report is due.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much.
Of course.
I think that's all the questions.
Okay, and again, let us know if you are having an event and you would like us to support you at that event. We'll be happy to participate. So just send us an email, and we work in tandem, in partnership with the team at Denver Human Services. So if needed, depending on the kind of event and the size and all of that, we staff members from both teams can be there supporting you during those events. So please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know, and we'll be happy to support you.
All right, thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and end the webinar. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you.